everybody, JawsJr here for another in-shop adventure. Here you are looking at an old school Lortone Model ST-10. I believe this is the predecessor to the LC-10. This is an auto-feed 10-inch slab saw. And you're probably wondering, what do I need something like this for? Something this small? Well, I already have a piece of obsidian mounted up in here. This is why. So I can do these smaller pieces without running the big saw and use the big saw primarily for the bigger stuff. So this is saw number 5 to my repertoire. So I've got it here inside of the Lapidary shop. Got it inside here. I don't think it's going to stay in here because I don't like the idea of oil mist being in here. I am going to be using plain Jane mineral oil for this. There's no oil in here yet. I haven't even fired it up to with a rock in it. So we're going to do all of that together. Now, I do know that this auto feed screw is very slow. So this is something that I shouldn't be in a hurry for. It might take me the better part of a day to cut this one chunk of rainbow obsidian. We will find out. But I wanted to do something that's been tried and true, that I know it works, and it's already clamped down tight. As you can see, it's just a tiny little guy. But to and I'm going to be in here, so I don't need to worry about the auto shut off feature that much. But basically, you move it back and forth this way. Do that one there. So you can turn it, and it moves. That screw rod down there turns. And then with this chain hooked up, right here, if I can get the hook, now the auto feed is engaged. So before I put any oil in this is not going to touch the stone, so it's okay. We can run it dry. We're going to do it, just that, run it dry. Works pretty well. A little noisy. I think in the future I'll be looking at some bearings in it, and the bearings for this are available. The only thing that's not available is the screw feed motor that's inside here. I've already had this off. Take a look at it. There was a broken wire in there, which I repaired. It's going to get all new wiring anyway. And I'll turn it down by here. This is where the motor plugs in. It's right here. So, see, Model ST-10. I'm going to go ahead and do my very first cut of this with you guys. I'll go ahead and get it going with you guys here, but I need to first get some mineral oil and dump in here up to about 1/4 to 1/2 an inch up on the blade. No more. It doesn't need any more. And then we'll make sure everything's tightened down and let it start cutting. Okay, you can't see it, but mineral oil is in there. See, it also comes out over here too. So I'm going to go ahead and get this thing set up and ready to do its very first cut for me. I'm sure it's cut a lot of material in the past based on the age of it and staining. But overall, it's in pretty good shape. So I'm going to put this in here, and I noticed something. This lid here is warped, and I don't know if there's going to be replacements for it. But I also noticed too that it's almost a two-handed operation to get it shut right. There we go. So let's see what happens. And okay, it's cutting, but I noticed that this here keeps wanting to pop out. Damn it, Rick. I'll jump online to see if I can find a replacement lid for this. But it's cutting, just like the grip. Okay, we are done with 2 cuts. And I'm actually kind of impressed with how that cut turned out on this piece. Now this is silver sheen with some blue sheen. It's got a little bit of purple sheen in it. It's kind of a rainbowish type. But yeah, the cut turned out very nice. There is no ridges in it. Yeah, very nice. So this is kind of a new game changer for me, having this cute little saw. And I can finish cutting a bunch of these guys up without having to fire up the big saw. Now that one's thin. I found out I should have cranked it over probably 2 more times. I moved it over 4 to get to my desired thickness, and that one's thin. So I will add 2 more cranks to that, and it should be just about right. But that's okay if it's a thin one. But look at the colors on that. And I wonder why I like doing this stuff. So, my new to me Lortone Model ST-10, which is now an LC-10, I believe, 10-inch slab saw. Quite happy with it. It's working, no issues, and this thing is going to give me many, many hours and days and probably weeks and years of cutting. And I'll be perfectly content running this one, and then anything that this one can't handle, putting it into my 18-inch saw. So I'll be cutting a lot more now with this guy. But I don't know if I'm going to be keeping it in here, like I said before, because that is my polishing wheel, and I covered it up to keep any oil mist off of it before we started. And there's not too much oil mist that comes from in here off of this, but I'll be paying attention. And if I see a problem, I will take it outside of my canvas area and find a spot out there for it. But also, too, this is light enough that I could take it up and put it on the patio during the summertime and cut rocks on the patio when I cannot be out here. So I'm going to let you guys go. Again, Lortone Model ST-10. I'm real happy with it. This will be something that you're probably always going to see in the background, and I'll be talking about it from time to time. And if I cut a particularly special piece that I need to show you guys, if it's small, it'll be cut on this. So just remember, everyone's life's an adventure. Then there's mine. Having fun with a new-to-me saw. This is the Adventures of JawsJr. Have a good one, everybody. See ya!